We've arrived, baby. Oh my god, I've not done a YouTube in so long. I thought I'm gonna pull out this camera and I'm gonna be really awkward, but I'm so excited. So today I am the guest speaker at a event called Her Founder Era. It's for female founders who know that they're made of more, for more, right? And I'm so excited. I've just driven from London all the way to Clacton, so it took about 2 hours. Admittedly, I've got here early because I've got a big boy car, and last time I was here, kind of struggled for parking, and I had a smaller car then. So I was like, big boy car now, am I gonna be able to like get a car parking spot? Secured it. So that is sick. I'm also staying in Clacton overnight, but I just want to celebrate this. Like, I actually want to take a moment to celebrate me, celebrate the fact, sure, I've made it here. I'm a great driver, so I actually don't need to celebrate that. But just celebrate the fact that I am the guest speaker, right? The last time that Abby done an event, she had quite a few other guest speakers, and she reached out to me and said, I want you there. Just me and you with the key speakers. Are you in? And I was like, yeah, I'm in, because I know that I'm meant for this. And as I was driving, I just had a moment where I felt so connected to my mission, because I'm doing my talk all about visibility. So specifically breaking your fear of being seen, right? Being seen online, being seen in your business, being seen for who the fuck you truly are. And I am disrupting industries today. Like, I am disrupting the mindset of you have to dress a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, you have to do things a certain way, you have to, all of these like rules we have in our heads of like, this is what we have to do, how we look, and we have to care about these things. And it's like, no, we actually don't. So I'm gonna disrupt all of that for the wonderful women in the room, and it starts with the outfit. So yeah, obviously I will take you along with that, but I feel like for now, I'm going to go over to Abby, who will be in the restaurant where it is being held. I'm putting in these like cards into everyone's gift bag as an invitation into my world, into Disrupt World, and let's just see where the day takes us. But I'm going to take you behind the scenes for as much as I can and definitely catch you up. Guest speaking, we're on stages, we're breaking rules, disrupting patterns. We're not doing it the ordinary way, and you're coming with me. I'll tell you what I'm doing. So I've got Abby a card, and she's dairy free, so I've got her some chocolate as well. Just some nice words, tell her thank you for inviting me. And then also I'm inviting every member of the audience that is a female founder that wants to disrupt their mindset into my world. I think I just said that right. So let me show you what I've created. Inside their bags, I'm going to put these cards in. A card saying new level loading, because they're going to be invited into my community, which is called the Level Up. QR code to grant access, and also they're going to be invited into a 4-week intensive with me to really disrupt the mindset, rewire their subconscious beliefs, especially around fear of being seen, visibility, confidence as well. I'm gonna go do this now. The event is over. I didn't vlog any of it, which is bad for me. However, it was just like a non-stop day where I was like, this camera was in my bag. However, I do have clips from my iPhone, which I feel like I may insert. So maybe I'll stay over here. Today's event, I have no words, and right now I'm sat in my hotel room and I'm really restless because I'm like, I want to vlog, I want to do my Instagram stories, I just want to talk, but I don't even know what I want to say apart from I'm so incredibly grateful for Abby. I'm so thankful for her. She's an absolute incredible human being and business owner, but just her as a woman for hosting that event, and even her talk, how she carries herself, I'm like, mwah, she's a powerhouse woman. But also after my talk, I had so many women come up to me, different ages, and one conversation that really stuck with me was this one girl who came over to me and just said, I just wanted to say like thank you, and she cried. And I don't think it's hitting me until now, but she cried because she was like, I really resonated with that, and I feel like really safe around you. And usually I don't speak to people at events, but I feel like I can just speak to you. And that is what I want, is for women to feel safe, because I know that when a woman feels safe, she feels seen. And she felt seen in my talk today. And that is what I want, because I know what it's like to be the anxious one, the shy one, the one who doesn't speak up. And the fact that she could see that it doesn't have to be this way was absolutely incredible. I had other women that was talking to me about like their confidence and how they feel these like thoughts around failure. I had a woman directly approach me and be like, do you do talks on just confidence? Like, I'm got a confidence talk coming up, and like I want to be able to like speak like how you speak. And it was just unreal. But it was like the individual conversations and women just coming up to me and being like, oh my god, like whoa, like wow. Now I do know that there's two types of women after today's event. The ones that DM me and go, sign me the fuck up, let me disrupt my mindset. The second type, which is like, oh, I now know my thoughts and I now know my beliefs, but you know, I'm not going to work on them. And then they stay at the same level. And I say, like, life is a game. It's up to you to level up the game and like disrupt the mindset. But yeah, I just wish that I vlogged more. So now I don't know what I'm going to do with this video, but there is so much that I want to share on YouTube. I think I'm going to just carry on this video because I might as well just turn it all into one. But I feel like for now, I might leave you and do my stories, because at least I've spoken to someone now, and then any other updates I can maybe give tomorrow, and I can maybe show you me winding down. So I want to make this fun. I want to come back to YouTube. Yeah, what an event. What an event.
Coming first and second, but I won't ever be them. Also, low got a squad. We pop us about me bleeding room. Sorry, I told him I can't.
All right, it is home time. It's time to get back to London. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's quite a hefty drive. I literally have morning voice. Let's have a look. 2 hours 16. That's better than it was when I was inside. And it's mostly near London where the traffic is. Not so good. So, plan of action. Petrol. Get on the road. Get home for around, it doesn't really say, like 11 a.m. Then I'll see how I feel. But I think some steps, some work, 2 client one-to-one calls, catch up on any sort of DMs, get a post out actually on Instagram. I do have one I could be posting now, but I'll post it once I'm home. And then yeah, just crack on with the rest of the day. Probably not going to film anything in the car. I just want to like tunnel vision, let's go, you know. And filming is a distraction, so we're going to make this journey and just soak it all in, because I just really feel like I'm changing at the moment in the best possible way. Get strapped in. So I am officially back in London, and I know we catched up a little bit after her founder era, but since that event, oh my god, I've been on fire. I have 3 incredible women coming into my world to do some intensive work with me, which is absolutely phenomenal. But also just being so proud of myself for how I rocked up, how I showed up, and the incredible conversations and transformations I've been able to deliver in just me guest speaking is absolutely incredible. Now, this part of the video, I have been saying on Instagram that I want to go through the biggest breakthrough I've had, or even, I don't know how to word it. Let's get comfortable. I don't know how to word it, but essentially 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, around I think it was the 5th of July, maybe a bit before then, my thoughts completely switched on me. Like, the way that I was thinking was just so crazy, and I knew it wasn't me. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to run you through exactly what happened, how I felt, what I journaled, the steps that I took to basically try and break through it, and then why hiring someone to do subconscious reprogramming on me, even though I am qualified, was the essential step to get to where I am right now, because it was hard, it was heavy, it was so emotional. I can't believe all of that happened. And it really does go to show the power of the work that I do. So I have everything in front of me. I have some notes on my laptop. I've got my journal with me. I've got the pieces of paper that I was trying to like consciously try and rewrite this story myself. And we're going to basically go through it. Let's just start from where it just went a bit downhill. Now, when I say that I have a journal, right, I don't really journal using prompts. I essentially just brain dump. Like I open the page, the next available page, and then I just unconsciously write. And whatever comes out, comes out. I don't judge myself. I don't try and turn it into something else. I allow the thoughts out. And I say to so many people, especially when someone's like overwhelmed, I'm like, okay, that list that you have to do, is it mental or is it physical? Always do it physical. Like always get your thoughts onto paper, even if they're super negative, right? I know so many people are going to go, oh, but if I think negative thoughts, if I write down negative things are going to happen. No, I know that is what the spiritual world says, but there's also the mental world, right? There's like 3 planes in life, which is the physical, the mental, the spiritual, which I'm going to be doing more content on. But essentially, you have to be able to get the negative thoughts out in order to break through them and move forwards. Okay, let's go back to when it started, which was, it's actually crazy. It's crazy how I felt. This might get emotional. Okay, yeah, so I think it was actually this day. I think it might have been the 6th of July, the 5th, 6th of July, and it's currently the 15th. Whew, whew. So when I say that my thoughts flipped on me, I literally wrote down, I'm not even sorry. Whew, I wrote down, I just feel like such a failure, failing my parents, failing myself. What do I bring? Who am I kidding? Losing my spark, go missing, hit rock bottom. Because that's what it felt like. Yeah, because that's what it felt like. It felt like I absolutely hit rock bottom, and that's what my brain was basically telling me. My brain was giving me these thoughts that you're a failure, you failed, like you failed everyone, just like what is the point? Give up now. There's no point continuing. I knew that wasn't me. I'm a very driven person. I'm a very ambitious person. Like, I do not believe I have failed, but my thoughts were telling me that I basically had, right? And this is what I mean. It's like, I knew it wasn't me. It was a part of me, right? And that's the part that I really need you to like just think about right now. It wasn't me, it was a part of me. Following that, I also then wrote, I think maybe the same day or a little bit later, I've lost immense amounts of trust in myself to follow through, stick to a plan. Cheap dopamine is my best friend. I know this isn't me. I feel weak. I feel passive. I feel like a failure. And then I did write, because I think I can be a very positive person, and I knew that this was my thoughts. Like, I knew it wasn't me. I was like, I can work through this. I can do this. Like, I know exactly what is going on with my subconscious. I know it's not me. So I did write at the bottom, at my lowest but not broken. And I think that is so powerful, because I feel like when you're going through emotions, it can feel like you're breaking, right? To be having this level of success and then for your brain to go, you're failing, you failed everyone. I was like, no, I'm not broken. I'm not broken at all. And then I basically, one evening, I remember it being an evening, wrote down like rebuilding self, everything that I wanted to be. So healthy, strong, determined, resilient. These, I wanted them to be habits and not goals or like data driven. So like, I just wanted to be healthy and strong. I didn't want to write down like 12k steps or like this many gym sessions. I just wanted to be that person. I just wanted the characteristics and the traits, right? And that was me like trying to rebuild myself, who I wanted to be. And what essentially happens is like, those were the moments of like, I can do this. Those were the moments where I was in the driver's seat. I was like, right, Gazina, we're back. Like, Gazina, back in the driver's seat. We can do this. Let's go. But when you still have that voice or that part of you coming in, that takes you all the way back to like your default, okay? Because your brain has a default mode network. So I was still trying. I didn't just go, yep, that's it, I'm laying in bed and like game fucking over. No, life's a game, okay? And you'll know this if you follow Disrupt World, which is my entire brand. Life's a game. I wasn't necessarily in the driver's seat. However, I knew I wanted to be back in the driver's seat. I also couldn't fight myself to be back in the driver's seat, because that's when it feels like shit. So the moments that I felt low, I allowed myself to feel the feelings. The moments that I felt like, no, I can do this, I stood up, I tried again, I kept trying to go. Now, the reason that I wanted to mention that I lost self-trust within myself is because I was still going to the gym. I was still showing up for myself. I was still posting content. I was doing all the things online, right? Like I was still doing what needed to be done, but I didn't feel like the true me. I felt like a failure. Yeah, I still carried on going. But secondly, I lost trust because I was like overeating. That cheap dopamine was like the amount of like shit I was eating. But I was just losing that trust with myself to like really follow through. And when you don't have self-trust, it starts to knock onto your confidence, right? Not just how you look, but how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself as well. So it was really fucking hard. And I remember one morning I woke up and I was like, no, I'm fine, let's go, like it's gonna be okay. And then I just had like so many conflicting thoughts in my head. It was like, I knew that I could do this. I knew that I could keep going forwards, but the voice in my head was like, what's the point? Give up now, quit now. You failed everyone, you failed yourself, you're a failure. It was really fucking loud. And because it was like mixing between me and that voice, I did write down, let's not brush over the fact that it feels like I'm having a mental breakdown. And I know that we can't say that lightly. I know we can't say that lightly because of how big that is to have a mental breakdown. If you could have been in my mind, it was fucked. Like it really wasn't a good place to be. So yeah, I did write down, it feels like I'm having a mental breakdown. I know it's not me in the driver's seat. It's fear, doubt, anxiety, sadness. I don't know how it got to this, but it feels heavy and consuming. I will not brush over it because here's the thing. A lot of people go, no, stand up tall, like keep going, like just show yourself, build evidence that you're not a failure. This part is not about building evidence. When you have a belief and when you have thoughts of things such as like you're a failure, you can't just build evidence on top of that because the foundation is broken. The foundation is now rocky. Anything you build on top of that is just going to be crumbling again because of what your brain is telling you, right? Because of this like sudden identity you have now taken on board. So that's what I wrote down. I will not brush over it. And that's what I recommend people is do not brush over it. Write down the negative shit. Write it down. Like get it out of your mind. See what is coming out for you, right? That's when you're going to really be able to start to navigate it. But the thoughts that I obviously wrote down here were you can't do it, there's no point, you failed, you're wasting your time and your energy. So let me move on to like how I actually then tried to be proactive, right? Because this is what we know to be true is your thoughts are never like real. So your thoughts are coming from your beliefs. So we get to change those thoughts, but we have to change the beliefs, right? You can't just think positively. You have to change the underlying belief. So the belief was, I'm a failure. It doesn't have to be true. We don't have to like fight it, but it's like, okay, the belief is I'm a failure. How are we disrupting that? Okay, evidence of not failing. So I wrote down my current MRR. I wrote down the DMs I'm having, the fact I'm a guest speaker, the fact I'm known, I'm recognized. And I was just writing down evidence of like, okay, you're not a failure. Like you have got incredible evidence that that is not you. So then I remember writing that down and going, oh, hang on a minute. I get to get back up now. I get to get back up. That is not my identity. That is not who I am. That is not my story. Let's go. And you'd think like, oh yeah, I guess she can do that and she's getting back to it. Is not as easy as that. So what I wrote down is I was trying to be proactive because as someone who is trained in subconscious reprogramming, as someone who knows so freaking much about neuroscience and the brain, I knew what was happening. Again, it wasn't me, it was a part of me. It wasn't true. It wasn't a reason for me to quit. Like, I just knew that I had to communicate with these parts of me in my brain that were basically trying to protect me. And it sounds so freaking backwards when someone who doesn't do this work goes, what do you mean failure was trying to protect you? Like, protect you from what? What do you mean these parts are trying to protect you from? And I will go through that shortly. But let me just go through everything that I tried to do, which it's just so important so you know that there are things you can do. I wrote down evidence of me not failing. I told myself to get clear on what you want, who you want to be, what needs to change, and then take action. It was going really, really, really well. I'd get into some action, then I'd feel shit again. I literally wrote down, I think I then had a really good day where I was like, today feels like a start over, breathe, focus, be disciplined. And then even on the 7th of July, so much happened in such a short space of time. 7th of July, I wrote down, yesterday was a success with health steps and even planning out content. I see changes for me, and then a bit of work I'd done on that. Then I do remember, I was feeling really good, and then I went online and I compared myself. Like, I was just watching other people's content. And here's what you need to know about doom scrolling. Sometimes it's not you doing the doom scrolling, it's a subconscious part of you. Because what would a failure do? When you identify as being a failure, how would a failure act in this situation? They would go on Instagram, they would compare, they would find evidence that they are failing. Right? So this is why, like, identity level breakthroughs and changes need to happen. So that's essentially what happened there. And at this point, I was like, I can't do this alone anymore. Like, had been 3 days. I am a woman of speed. Like, I hold myself to such a high standard that if I know something is going on, if I know that it's not me in control right now, and if I know that, like, I am made of, like, so much more, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing the internal work, right? That I am doing it. And it got to a point where I couldn't do it alone anymore. I just simply could not do it alone anymore. Like, it wasn't working. So I think at this point I had actually reached out to an NLP like practitioner coach. And I was basically like to her, like, hey, I've completely lost my spark. I want to inquire with you. And then even when I was inquiring with her, I was like, this is what's going on right now. I basically have this huge part of me that is basically telling me I'm a failure, and I don't feel like myself. Proactive, like, I want to work through this. This is not me saying that NLP is like a magic wand, like bish, bash, bosh, boom, you're going to be fixed. I'm also going to tell you, like, you don't have to go through like years of healing or months of healing in order to get to where you want to go, right? NLP is fucking incredible. The reason that I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go is because I've done this work before. I am trained in this work. I help my clients with this work, and I know the power of it. But I also know the power of it so much so that I did not need to take an entire month offline or have to like go through healing to figure out, okay, where is this coming from, and sit in the problems. I get to fully break through it. So I was inquiring with her. Whilst that was going on in the background, again, I'm very proactive. I'm there like, I don't like that these thoughts are consuming me. It got so bad that I remember one night being in bed and being like, maybe I just need like a bottle of wine. Now for me, I love wine. I do like a white wine, but when I want to drink, when I'm already feeling low, that's me trying to numb something. And again, I'm very self-aware, and I will never get to a place where I have to drink alcohol to feel good about myself. Like, I feel like I'd done that when I was at uni, and I'd get like blackout drunk. I was like, nope, not playing that game. But that's when I knew it was really bad. Acquiring with her, again, I was still trying to be proactive. I was like, there's more that I could possibly be doing right now. So I then came across this like TED talk, and it was all about fear visioning. And maybe I'll link it down below because you may find this useful, right? Inside this TED talk, it's basically called fear visioning, and it's what I done. I will show you. It's like this side of paper, this side of paper. Like, I done it very, very detailed. I was doing this, and I'll be honest, after I done this, I did feel good. Oh, I felt good. Then what happened? Snapped back again, didn't I? Snapped back because this isn't identity level change. Like, the way that my brain is like wired had not been changed, right? The actual internal parts of me, they hadn't been disrupted. But fear visioning, what is it? It's essentially writing down a question. What if I ... or whatever it is that you're like struggling with. So like whatever the fear is, then you want to define what that is. So for me, it was, what if I fail? Okay, defining failure. What is failure to me? How can we prevent failure? Okay, so for each of these, like 1, 2, 3, I've done 1 till 10. Then 1 to 10 for each of the points. How do we prevent this from happening? And then finally, it's repairing. So even if you did fail, how do we repair that? So you're writing down, what if I fail, or what if I, whatever the fear is, define what that means to you, whatever comes up. It may not even make sense, but just allow your unconscious mind to give you the answers that is making you stay in your current position. How are we going to prevent that from happening? And then how are we going to repair it as well? Okay, so you're doing that for each of the points made. So I done that, and it was like it's very logical actually. This is extremely logical, which is almost why it doesn't always work. So an example, I'll just give it to you. I put define failure, continue to post and get nothing in return, prevent, collect data, make decisions, repair, ask for help inside mentorship. See how that does absolutely fucking nothing for how I feel? And your feelings come from how you think, and then how you think comes from what you believe. So that isn't actually disrupting my belief that I'm a failure. Right? And even another one, defining failure. Let's say you don't make 10k months. Okay, prevent it, offer new opportunities, repair it, do market research and close a like gap. Again, it's very logical. does not disrupt my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs. It's very much so keep doing output, right? It does work in a sense of like you're allowing your brain to open up its filter, where it's like we're no longer just going like this, but it's like, okay, even if worst case scenario does happen, this is what's going to happen, right? And it worked a little bit, but it's not disrupting anything deep down. The next question you then ask yourself is, what might be the benefits of an attempt or partial success? So instead of quitting and being like, well, I'm a failure, so I'm just going to sit on the sidelines, like what might be the benefit of attempting this or partial success? So I wrote down, I become known, paid, recognized. I get to give even more back to my parents. So it's like, what's going to keep me driving forwards? The last question is the cost of inaction. And you split it into 3. The cost of inaction in 6 months, the cost of inaction in 1 year, the cost of inaction in 3 years. Okay, so that's what I'd done. Again, like I felt good for a little bit. I was like, oh, yeah. Who was I, like, to be second guessing myself? Who am I to allow these thoughts to consume me? Like, what the hell? Of course I can do this. Like, I just had to open the filter of my brain, right? Your reticular activating system, that's basically part of your brain, your RAS, which is filtering your reality to confirm your beliefs. But this is like opening up the filter. Worked for a little bit. I'll be honest, I fucking defaulted back. And I didn't shame myself, but I was just crying. I was crying. I was like, it doesn't feel like me. I still have conflict. I was like, I can't stop this, right? I just couldn't. So what had actually happened is I had signed up with my mindset coach by the time I was doing this. And I was like, okay, cool. Got my mindset coach on lock. We're sorting out a start date. And then I've done this. Like, you can do this, Gazina. My mindset coach said that she couldn't start with me until the 22nd of July. Yeah. So when she said that she couldn't start with me until the 22nd of July, I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. From now until the 22nd of July, I will build evidence of who I want to be. So I've done this like little fear visioning. I messaged her, and I might even put up the message and put it on the screen. I messaged her and said, I appreciate you like so much. However, I'm in a really shit place. I can't wait until the 22nd of July. That's when you know it's bad. That's when you know you're at like a point where it's like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I have to change something. Again, I'm very much so solution-based. I'm proactive. Like, I will seek solutions. So I messaged her that, and thank fucking God she got me in sooner. And we done a session together. And first of all, that felt so good for me. But within that time, like, I've completely shifted. So let's say all of this started on the 5th of July, and my first session was on the 8th of July. Fucking hell. I feel like I went through a lot for 3 days. Maybe it didn't start on the 5th of July. That's when I started to write it down. But yeah, I went through a fucking lot, okay? I went through a lot. This is why I'm telling you all of this. I done everything I possibly can do on a conscious level. And we're just trying to like allow my brain to realize that like this is not true, this is not us. But I needed someone else to come in and intervene, because if you think about it, you communicating with your own thoughts, you are always going to win, which is whether it's you or it's the part of you. I needed, again, being qualified in this work, someone else to come in, intervene, disrupt the thoughts, disrupt the patterns, and essentially like speak to these parts of me, where it's like I actually become third person. It's almost like I come out of this situation. There's the part of me that doesn't feel like she's a failure, the part of me that feels like she does, and it's like Gazina's actually fucking stepping back and someone else is intervening, so we can like get these parts and actually speak to them and go, what the hell, like this isn't what we do. But I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you trying to protect me from, right? So here is what you need to know. This is why I'm sharing this. Your identity dictates what you do and don't do. Your identity is made up of your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, all of that, right? If you do not change the beliefs driving this identity, you will stay where you are. even if you say that you're made for more, you will stay exactly where you are. So when you believe that you're a failure, whether it's you or a part of you will always behave in accordance with that belief. So when you identify with being a failure, your brain distorts reality to confirm that belief to be true. It filters your entire reality because you see the world through your brain and not your eyes. So everything that's going on up here is what's dictating what you're seeing, feeling, thinking, all of that. And when you believe that you're a failure, you're going to have no drive. What is the point of pushing forwards when you already believe that you failed, right? You don't follow through on actions. People who are failures, they don't follow through, they don't commit, they don't show up, they are not disciplined, right? And it's because like failures don't do these things, so I weren't doing these things, because for a split second, I had suddenly identified with being a failure. It wasn't true, but it is what happened. And this is the thing. We don't have to know where this has come from. We don't need to know the context, but we have to just go, this is right now who I'm identifying with, and I want to break free from it, right? So now when someone says, and I see this online, because I feel like I've had to go through this to almost change how I speak about this work, but also actually share how I go through this in real time. So I think that's pretty freaking special. But now when someone says, you get to decide who you want to be, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You get to decide who you want to be, okay? And first of all, you have to decide who you want to be, because even at this event, there were a couple like women who said, yeah, like I have this belief around being a failure. Of course, they have not signed up to work with me, because when you believe you're a failure, you don't invest in yourself. You don't invest in the work because your thoughts are already, well, what's the point? Because I failed. You know, so first of all, you have to decide that you do not identify with this belief anymore and that you are changing and you believe X to be true instead. Then we have to actually disrupt and subconsciously reprogram anything else that is making you default back into the old. But anyway, yes, you do get to decide who you want to be. Any day you get to wake up and decide that you are changing. But you will always default back to your old self unless your subconscious is being reprogrammed or rewired, because there is a reason you're going back to the old, right? It's because you haven't actually disrupted stories from the past in order to change the timeline that you're living on. And the other thing that I wanted to say that's in my notes is you can know what to do and still not do it. Not because you're lazy, but because subconsciously there is a part of you driving you to sabotage because you don't believe that you can fully achieve this thing. Your job isn't to fight the resistance or even to resist it. Your job is actually to lean in. So do you know when you know what to do? Like, you know what to do, you're just not doing it. We don't want to go, frustration, just get a fucking grip. We actually want to lean in and go, okay, so we know what to do. What are we protecting ourselves from by not doing this thing? Right? What are you protecting yourself from? Because otherwise you'd be doing it. Otherwise you'd be full fucking sending it, is what I like to say. So where is this protection piece coming in? Because that's what your brain is trying to do. Your brain actually doesn't want to put you through pain, so it tries to protect you from that. What am I protecting myself from? When I'm procrastinating, I'm overthinking, I'm overwhelmed. What is this like protection piece, right? We always behave in accordance with our beliefs. Change the beliefs, change the behaviors. Too many people try and change the behaviors. I need to work harder, I need to do more, I need to write a better to-do list, I need to sleep earlier, I need to stop snoozing, I need to get to the gym. Like, it's all external to you, but your internal map of the world, the way that you filter reality, everything that is happening inside of you, that is what's determining the outside, right? So instead of trying to do more, we have to think about, okay, what is it that is causing you to not do the thing? Like, what are you actually protecting yourself from? Which is what I would say is change the belief, change the behavior. If you change the behavior without changing the belief, you're just on this same level, right? You're on the same level, and no matter how frustrating it is, you will stay at that level. So you don't need a like, if I work hard enough, I will make it. If I work hard enough and I just push through, that's painful. That is so painful. It's like grit and hardship, and it's like a battle where you're like, I just need strength. Versus when I say life is a game, it's about mastery, okay? Life as a game is all about like mastering the game of life through mastering your brain, your internal representation, the way that your brain is filtering reality. We don't just sit here and think about, I wonder how my brain is working. We get to actually do the internal work, and someone who is qualified is able to actually help you move through these struggles, right? So I hired my NLP coach. Within a week, I changed. I even said on my Instagram, like, I'm not back because I didn't go anywhere. I'm back in the driver's seat. Essentially, in my session, we spoke to the sabotaging part of me. We changed what it's trying to do. I got clear on who I want to be. I got my energy back. I'm back in the gym. I'm building my business. I'm signing clients. I've cut my hair. Oh my God, I forgot to say, I've cut my hair. And that's all because I changed the internal before the external. And I actually said this on my Instagram story, which if you don't follow me, like, please follow me because you have daily insights over there at the Disrupt World. But I said on my Instagram story, loads of people try and change again the external. I'll cut my hair, I'll change my bedroom around, I'll change my environment, right? I'll change my clothes and I'll feel better. But actually, when you change the internal, you then start to realize what is it externally that doesn't relate to the person that you're becoming, and then change it. So first of all, changing the internal, and then you'll realize, oh, hang on a minute, this isn't who I am anymore. Cut the hair, the whole life is upgraded. I am living like a whole new level, like I'm in that fast lane. So my key takeaway here is it doesn't take months and months and months to heal, not when you do the most powerful work that there is out there. Would I say it's a privilege to be able to be suffering that bad and then pay for a coach? No, I will spend my final pennies on doing the work that I do. Like, genuinely, like, I know how powerful it is. And once you have mastered yourself, once you've mastered your mind, which you haven't ever mastered it, to be honest, like, there's never like a yes, like, I'm done. But it's like when you know the power of your mind, that is where I'd really concentrate, because it's the power of your mind that actually dictates what you do and don't do, right? Because your beliefs create your thoughts create your feelings. Feelings are what dictate whether you take action or you don't take action. So we need to master all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not here to tell you to journal. Do you see how all of this was like great awareness? Like, I wrote everything down, which was great. And like, that was all nice to get it onto paper, but it didn't change anything. Not really. Even this was like good temporarily, and like it allowed me to filter things differently, but the way I was feeling was so heavy. So this is to basically hold up a mirror to say that you get to break what is happening and you get to get back in the fast lane. I know this was a really long part of the video, but I wanted to give you as much depth and detail as I can, because I never share in real time. I never share when I'm going through like masses and masses of changes. But I wanted to share this because the fact that so much has changed in such a short space of time goes to show the power of your mind. I'm so happy to be sharing it in real time. But I feel like that is everything that I wanted to actually share with you. If you have any questions about this, please ask me on Instagram. If you feel like right now you have got your own big mental block in the way, if you can feel yourself slipping back into an old identity, or you feel like you're having an identity crisis, or things just don't feel good right now and you have these negative thoughts, you're emotionally aware, you're like, I am ready to disrupt this, then please message me Fast Lane on Instagram. I'm currently doing a 4-week intensive, or you can join me for 6 months of mentorship, where we are disrupting the patterns and rewiring your subconscious beliefs, or even just rewiring your subconscious to get you in the fast lane and actually achieving your 10x goals. Because when you master your mind, you're going to master the game of life, you're going to be moving forward. So please, please, please do that. All right.
And then it's like, see,
On a stage, and I've already got 3 women inside my one-to-one world.
shut the fuck up. 3 people already.
Literally just like me, like, we're such speedy girls. You literally
We
messaged
actually
me
are.
yesterday. Like, let's go.
Speak to you soon, but thanks so much.
You're so welcome. Bye. So if you're wondering what the fuck that was about, that's my mentor. And we've basically built me a brand. I've gone from personal brand to hybrid brand, right? And I've always said that life is a game, so we've brought that into life. But I decided that I'm going to go inside the mastermind, and I'm going to really bring Disrupt World to life. So that's me basically doing the promo video for it, which is fucking unreal, the fact I'm being chosen to do that. But yeah, that's big news. Big fucking investment. I would not be doing this if I had not disrupted that belief. Disrupt World is whole nother level, like taking it out of this world. It's officially Thursday. It is 3:30 on a Thursday, and I am closing out this vlog. Apologies, because I know it's not been your most conventional vlog. you know, it's been here, there and everywhere, but I want to get it edited and I want to get uploaded by Sunday, including like thumbnail, all of that good stuff. So I'm closing it out here. Today has literally just been a day of calls with new clients, and oh my God, it has been incredible. And something that I noticed today, and something that I really embody as someone who practices this work, is I make sure that I do a client call. I always say to my clients after the call, shake, shimmy, let all the emotions just like fly around you. And then what I do is I like have the call, I shake, shimmy, then I go back into another call, I shake, shimmy. And that's why I maximum do like 3 client calls per day, because it's a lot of emotional processing, right? I'm also receiving that energy from my clients and I'm helping them. So after our calls, I need to make sure I also break my state so my next client gets me completely fresh as well. So yeah, it's been such a fantastic day. If you are someone who wants to enter the fast lane, right, you're like these women, you know your patterns, you're emotionally aware, you're sick of just like being the person in your own way and you're ready to get into the fast lane, then you are more than welcome to join me inside the Fast Lane Intensive. It is 4 weeks, it is one-to-one work. All you need to do is DM me the word YouTube on Instagram. Let's have a conversation about where you're at, where you want to go, what's showing up for you. And if you're new to this channel and you're like, she's a vibe, like I want more content, definitely make sure that you're following me on Instagram at The Disrupt World, because I literally post that every single day. My stories are very fun. It's a very fun place to be. You get my energy, and you get more behind the scenes. I probably vlog more on Instagram than I do on YouTube. But anyway, I will see you in next week's video. I already know what it's going to be about, and it's juicy. It's going to help you. It's transformative. So if you want to know what it is, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday in a new video.